My flows is North Pole. Listen now. Girls wanna settle down. Bitch, you better bounce. Come on. Back up. Don't make me shoot. Bro, I'm a shit, bitch. Snap it down.
Yo, yo, yo. What is up, guys? Hope you guys are doing okay. It is Wednesday. You guys know what that means, right? It means feedback time. It is McFeedback time. I always do this. I always forget to set it. It never works for me. That's so awesome. Why is it not fucking working? This is awesome. Bro, it's fucking not doing shit. Oh my fucking gosh, dude. Did they re-fucking do this all over again? I think it's almost what I had it at, right? Yeah. Okay. It's like basically where it was. Bro, it just wouldn't fucking work. So I deleted it and I made a new one. I think that's better. There we go. Okay. Back to normal-ish. I kinda... I need to be a little bigger, actually. There we go. Alright. Sweet. This stream started. It just... Wait, what stream? There's a Subtronics one I'm talking about? And then, like, my stream. Also, guys, make sure you submit your music. I want a pretty long queue. You want my stream? I just started like 10 minutes ago. I just run the stream starting thing and wait for more submissions and stuff. Make sure you guys submit, and if you are a member, submit through the member submission, the priority submission. Make sure you guys do that. Fucking Riot submitted this one, or upload this one. I'm sorry, supported. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be looking at some of the remixes from here and give my thoughts on like some of them. Because after, I don't know, if my stream, he's gonna be streaming probably like an hour or two delay. I didn't even know Boykor still made music. You guys is making tear out, bro. So part-time dad, part-time daddy. What the hell, man? Also, why why is someone like Boykor in a remix competition? Like, doesn't that seem kind of weird? I think he also messed up his submission because it's like hashtag. Sick, dude. What's up, Arkstar? What's up, John Tibbates? What's up, Dukin? Mr. Garo? Lumberjack Smooth, that thing? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like he's kind of out of the game, I guess, but he still gets booked shows a lot. This one's actually pretty good. This guy put, he like can't even do this. Oh my gosh. This is AI generated art. That has to be right. Yo, that's like straight up not a key. So Subtronics, gosh, I don't like that. Subtronics reposted a few of them. Yes, I am doing feedback. I'm waiting for a few more submissions to get through. Also, there's no priority submissions. I don't know why. Are you guys gonna submit your priority stuff as members? I should have known. Ah, it's okay, Arkstar. But also, like, these were submitted after the deadline, man. Like, the deadline was the 16th, right? Why is he reposting ones that are a day ago? Maybe he's just like, what the hell? My favorite your music is Agony Umbra. Thank you, fan Mr. Bunny plus H vibing leaf. What kind of username is that, man? Fan Mr. Bunny. Oh, plush vibing leaf. Fan Mr. Bunny plush vibing leaf. Okay. Thank you for saying my favorite song was Umbra, bro. Didn't know Oliver Tree collabed with Subtronics either. Anyways, I'm looking forward to hearing the results. We're gonna have some kind of winner, I hope. I don't even know what the prizes are. I don't know if like you get anything. I just wanted to remix the song. So maybe it'll get some attention or something. I don't know. But I guess we can start the submissions. We can do the free ones. So I'm YouTube is vibing leaf. It says like Mr. or is it like fan Mr. Bunny plush vibing leaf. So it says for me. Like it has this whole thing. We can make a new one here. Okay. Feedback. Holy, I can't even. Dude, the words aren't even on the thing. I go the music Umbra lol. Okay. Oh, okay. Also, what's up, Eli Ren? I think I remember you. You used to do lessons with me, right? Bro. Okay. I don't know how to start. This is like extremely experimental music. Um, I don't know what your purpose is. Are you like trying to make a cool, scary song for like a feel, like a vibe kind of thing, or are you want to make music for people to dance to? Because you have two entirely separate goals with music here. The first goal is you want to make cool textures that emulate like some kind of environment or to make someone feel a certain way, and that's usually implemented with like games or just like storytelling. I know it's a whole meme, like storytelling being a thing in the hashtags for SoundCloud, but in that sense, it's like you're trying to be more artistic, I guess. The other one is you're just trying to get people to dance to it by having a cool groove, cool sounds, uh, and just something someone can enjoy, remember, and just share. I feel like artistically you aren't going the route of danceable music. You're kind of going more artistic and creative and out of the box, I guess. There isn't anything about this that makes me want to dance, and that's because the drum pattern is really slow and hard to dance to. Like drum patterns are notoriously easier to dance when they are faster. Like drum and bass is kind of a little too fast, but you can still dance to it pretty easily. There's some dancing you can do. Dubstep is probably easiest. People mostly just headbang anyways, and then like you have pop and whatever. But this is like really slow. It feels like you're dragging, kind of like a zombie. So you can't really dance to this. So then you have the artistic part. You have you said I think you said rectify. You use rectify to make this distortion type. Um, it does sound cool in some parts, but it sounds like everything has the same distortion type on it, and there's no separation or what I like to call contrast. When you make music, you want good contrast to even out and balance, and then it also adds emphasis on different frequencies. So, for example, like imagine a kick drum, like imagine just a regular drum kit, actually. So you have your kick drum, which is mostly dense in the low end, okay? Think about how you actually write a drum pattern. Like actually think about why is it that the downbeat is the thing that has the low end, and then the snare is like uh mostly high end and like mids. And think of why you have cymbals that splash, okay? Or like really crisp high hi-hats. So you often associate the downbeat with a really low rumble or low end or some kind of impact that happens. The hi-hats are really good at emphasizing a rhythm or making some kind of phrase, something that's memorable, like a memorable rhythm. The snare is just kind of supporting rhythm element. It isn't necessarily a downbeat, but it is. I don't know the exact wording for what you would describe it as, but it's like almost the offbeat. The offbeat is like between the kick and snare, but it is a beat that isn't a downbeat, but you still recognize it, and you can dance to it. In this, everything sounds the same. Imagine that same drum kit. You have contrast between the highs, the mids, and the lows. The lows are the kicks, the mids are the high, or the what I don't even say what I said. The mids are the snares, and the highs are the hi hats. So think of it in like that context, like kind of write music like how you're writing drums. Think of the low end, the mids, and the highs. Like what are you trying to emphasize? What are you trying to write? Do you want there to be really big impact on where the kicks are, where the downbeat is? Do you want to emphasize a rhythm with high end energy? Or do you want to make it feel really thick and like as a bunch of body in the mids? I think that context it'll help you a lot. What you did wrong is that everything sounds the same and you don't have any separation or contrast. So your kick, I don't know where your kick is. I can barely hear it. Your snare is just white noise. And there's no like body or girth there. You're not emphasizing any other texture. And the sound that you have playing, the actual bass, is not, it's not doing anything at all, honestly. It is just blatant noise. And I don't know if you're trying to imply any rhythm or anything or do any syncopation, but it's just not working. Like it really does just sound like it's just randomly playing random things. Like it doesn't sound like there's any emphasis on any upbeat or downbeat or like anything. Literally anything at all. It just sounds like it's random noise playing. Try to make it with intention. What parts do you want to be really important in this drum pattern? What kind of rhythm do you want to emphasize? Like stuff like that. And you can map that out by like just cutting things or something. Like you probably had this as a recording. Just cut up the recording and then splice up the parts you like into a cool rhythm, like something cool like that. I don't know. That's just like an example. I'm sure you could think of something better. The other thing that is really off-putting, you have these like vocals that just pitch up and down. If I play it, they're also just playing indefinitely, and they aren't really serving a purpose. I imagine you're trying to do this for atmosphere, but I don't know what they are doing. It just kind of sounds like they're layered over to make it more chaotic, honestly. The drums are way over distorted. If you put rectify your drums, you are a criminal and you should be prosecuted at the full extent of the law, because putting rectify on drums is insane. What rectify actually does is it takes one part of your waveform. So imagine like a kick drum, right? You have a kick drum, it plays through from left to right. Imagine you cut it right down the middle where the DC line is, and you flip it upwards. So it's only on the top. It's on the master. You're a crazy person if you're doing that. Genuinely. Your rectify is basically doubling the frequency that it's playing at, because instead of it being full a full one cycle, you're basically just mirroring it, and it's like playing twice as fast. So don't do that. That's really weird. And I always say, if you're going to do creative stuff like this, you should be applying it into the mix and not the master. When you play the master, you're making everything sound the same. That's contributing to your song not having any contrast. It's not having any difference in frequencies, and it all sounds really muddy and like the same. So there's that. You need to have more emphasis on your drums and your snare and stuff, and you don't want everything to sound the same and distorted. So, and also you have this like weird panning. I don't know why you're panning it around. It seems kind of random. Now, a cool idea you could do is, because how rectify works is you're basically doubling the pitch of a waveform with distortion. You could like take a waveform and pitch it an octave below the sub, and then it'll have some weird crunchy weirdness. But that's just like a thing you could try if you wanted to go this rectify distortion route. Rectify, notoriously, I like to use it to put a bit of asymmetry into my bass, so it makes it kind of gritty. But also does add DC offset, so you might need to filter it out later in the chain or keep it if you want. But that's just a thought. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this. You try to get all creative with this, and I appreciate it. Just the execution needs a lot of work. But yeah, thank you for submitting, Sergaro. Hope that helps. Next up, we have Jonte, and you guys make sure you guys submit tunes. Submit your stuff on the Patreon. I'll send the link to the post so you guys can submit. Pretty good so far. Nice. Okay, so you mentioned you made the vocals with Suno. Suno's the AI that does create music. Um, you need to be really, really careful about using AI in your artwork for a multitude of reasons. But for one, people knowing about you using Suno is a really big red flag to other artists who support you. Um, the way to make it in the music industry is to garner support from other people, primarily a bigger artist than you, and secure collabs and get shows, get part of the music business. People talk. In the music industry, people talk to each other, and if they like your music, they will try to push your stuff more. But there's been a lot of people getting called out for using Suno AI, and it's not good. Try to avoid it at all costs. I get from your perspective, you don't have a vocalist, and you want a vocalist, and you don't want to have to go through vocals that have been used a bunch of times. Like I get it. I understand how that feels, but I'm sorry. You can't just like use AI like this and expect people to support you as much. Because the first question is going to ask is, oh, there's no feature on this song. It's either the guy singing himself or using AI, and they're probably going to regard or disregard your entire song as AI, and that is just kind of risky for you. In all honesty, I would suggest for you, um, find find a vocalist that can sing the song for cheap that you can afford, or you can try and sample. If you can sample in some way, like another song, I'm sure it'll be fine. Except there's a risk you might get in trouble if you don't like make it transformative enough. Where to find vocalists? There's a bunch of places you can find vocalists. I just know there's like the basic one everybody uses, like Fiverr. But you can search around on like Discord servers, Reddit, just search around, you'll find some that can do it. There's a lot of jobs or like job sites where you can look for people to hire for vocalists. I don't remember their rates, but it varies on what kind of like singer you want. But there's like a ton of them. I've been using Splice, etc. a lot before, but it's so difficult to find good ones. Yeah, I know it is difficult, and that's like the part of it. But also that's like how artistry works is other people are gonna have the time to like look through good vocals and put them together. It is kind of your job as the artist to put something together that is cool. And that's why I'm kind of recommending not using AI for this, because people are they're not gonna like it. They're gonna look at this as you're just using AI as a cop out, and they're gonna question your actual production. That's where it all leads to, is if you have any hint of AI in a song, they will question your entire production. And even if you don't have any of the in your production, they're gonna think of you as a piece of shit for using AI in a song. I'm just saying, I'm more relaxed with that stuff, but a lot of people are really up in arms about any usage of AI at all. And because how the business works, man, people talk and stuff. Like I said, I forgot to even put my notes, man. That's crazy. People talking stuff, and you need support from other people. I mean, like, you're sending your thing to me for me to support and like and talk about and help you. As far as production goes, I think of a solid production piece, actually. I think it is pretty high quality. The only thing is that the drums are a little drowned out. So your kick, you can make your kick stand out a little bit more by adding some high end to that kick, some extra punch, like some high mids or something could do the work. You also have like some kind of clap percussion thing layered over it. It's like some kind of rim shot, I guess. I think that could be louder, just straight up. Like you want the groove to be emphasized a lot, like the you want that to be like the main thing. Like I said before, this is EDM. This is dance, DANCE music. You dance to it, and the beat that you dance to is the 4 on the floor thing. So like that, you want that to be like the thing people can hear easily and feel energized by. Think of like a typical Skrillex song where he has like 4 on the floor. Like, he really makes it intense. We'll actually look at one probably. What's that one song called? It's a fine night. Dude, what's the song called? It's gonna be a fine day tonight. Yeah, this one. So in contrast to how intense this kick drum is, and granted, it is a different kind of genre. His is more like atonal, and faster and more intense, but like, do you see how much he's emphasizing his drums? That's kind of what you want. And this is yours. So the transient of your drums, the very first like tick sound, if you high pass your drums like all the way, all you're gonna hear is same thing with your rim shot. You're gonna have that part. You want those to be really crisp sounding. I also think your sidechain's a little long, honestly. You could tone it down a little bit and keep some of that pumping action, but it's just a tad bit long. Like the decay, the very end of that tail is just lingering. So yeah, just fix that and make it shorter. Boost the transients on your drums, make them more crisp, maybe add some high into them. And I had one more thing I was going to say, and I forgot what it was. Can I fix it with kickstart? I mean, how are you sidechaining? If you're whatever way you're sidechaining, just make it shorter. I'm not really sure what you're getting at, but if you're using kickstart, I think you can just make it shorter, right? I don't use Kickstart, I use Cheerbox, but I think they're like the same thing. They're made by the same people. Dude, don't tell me you're using the old Nicky Romero Kickstart, like the fucking 2012 Nicky Romero. I will actually cry. Kickstart 2? Is that, can you like just drag the curve to the left? Like, you should be able to do that, right? Just drag the curve to the left. Okay, yeah, that's just making it shorter. Just make it tighter. That's all. The only other thing on this song is it does feel repetitive. Like, you have this cool motif of the bum bum bum, which is like, I like that. That's a cool little part that makes it low key and impactful. But I need something to break it apart every once in a while. In actual songs that are really popular in this genre, what they utilize a lot is having like offbeat synths that come in like once every 8 bars. So they're like really rare synths that kind of bring your attention away from the monotony of the song. But it's like a cheat code. Like, they're still having the repetitive music. It's just they're like, I'm gonna have a saw wave play right here, and they play it, and you're like, your brain tingles because it's like it's sound candy. The other way is by utilizing fills a lot more, and like separating the music part with just like a regular fill, like some kind of, it could be a bass fill, it could be a drum fill, anything like that. I think just having like a regular snare roll would be good. It's like this fill right here is good. That's a good fill. You should use something like that more throughout your song to break it apart. Especially this part where it's like kind of the what do I call it? Oh my gosh, I don't know what this part is called. Like the down section, the part where it's like the energy is going down. Honestly, just straight up replace the drums or do some weird drum shenanigans where you filter it. I'm thinking like amen break, some kind of different shuffle. Like, you could literally do that. I'm talking like do some silly things like that. Like breaking the rhythm up is so easy. You just need to put more things in and think about adding emphasis to things. Do you want this part to slap like crazy? Then make the first part, the earlier part, really thin or something. Or like completely cut the melodic part and make it so the melodic part hits really heavy. Something like that. I had a lead in the end that didn't play through the song. $230. Do something like that. Like, literally, if you just sprinkle little sounds in, you'll have a better song. But yeah, thank you for submitting, Jonte. I don't know if you're like Jonte or Jaunt, but thank you for submitting. Hope that helps. And I hope you win music, bro. Are you gonna win music? You're gonna win music, right? Whoops. Oh, jeez. Why don't people use this vocal more? I feel like it'd be so much more funny if people use this. What the hell am I listening to, man? Alright, so we have a Donkey Kong inspired song that is a remix of Peanut Butter Jelly Time, and the Iron Mouse Wah 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 song? Is that what I'm hearing right now? So that's my reaction right now. Yeah, Scary Maze. Oh my goodness, man. I'm gonna skip around. I don't know what that says. Bro. I can't take this anymore. It's all of them together. Someone commented, seems a little quiet over here. Dude. As for a meme, I mean, you made it, man. You made the meme. It's some kind of like sound font from a game that you hear that you're like making the entire song. I can't comment on the melodic parts of it. I mean, you didn't even ask for it. You just commented for sound design and mixing, and your sound design is just music fonts or sound fonts. What do you want me to say? Get better sound fonts or like your sound choices? I don't know, but bro, I will say this. I don't know a whole lot about sound fonts specifically, because they vary quite widely, I think. I think the FL one is pretty decent. But dude, when you're playing a note, it's playing the entire sample. So if you have like a long decay note that rings out like ding, you need to tell it to cut off when the next note plays, because they're all overlapping over each other and it just sounds like a big giant fucking mess. Like it's just spam. It sounds okay when they're playing slow notes, but when they're playing anything faster, it just hurts my fucking brain. What's up, Waddlin? No, you're not late, but you are pretty close. Because I only have 2 submissions left. So if you submit now, you can get it pretty quick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even say. I will say your sound selection though, the main synth is okay. Your bass is terrible. Why is your bass like a whole octave up? It's playing literally at like C4. Do you have any bass in this? Like, am I crazy, or does Donkey Kong Music not have bass? Like, what's the issue? Why do you not have any bass? I can make your songs much more fat. I don't know, man. Or just, I don't know. Why is there no bass? It feels like something's literally missing. I see on TikTok so much people are like, this is what this song would sound like without any bass guitar. And then people in the comments like, I can't tell a difference. I can't see, bass is actually useless. No one hears the bass. And I want to squish those people with my fucking thumb because they're so fucking small and stupid. You can definitely hear the bass. I don't know why people are trying to do this psyop where you can't hear the bass. Please add a bass to your song. Like, just a normal bass plays the bass notes, and that's all you have to think about. Just copy paste the bass notes. Boom. Your song is a sausage, and it's thick and has some body, and it feels full and awesome and big. Dude, it's like a part where I can hear it. Are you... Dude, please don't tell me you're using a string as a bass. Are you? Because I hear the faintest little bit of bass in there. Yeah, I don't know, man. It sounds like you have a bass guitar that's literally like an octave too high. Moi, you're here? Okay, my other complaint is the vocals are too quiet. They're not clear. This is kind of more of an issue with the Peanut Butter Jelly Time vocals. I mean, albeit it's an old internet meme, so you're probably not going to find like really good high quality recordings of it, but you can make do, okay? We have the technology. You can run it through like an AI cleanup tool to make it not so shit, or like anything. You can run it through anything, make it clearer. I don't know how much effort you want to put into that though. You could literally just like take high end and just boost the high up. Yeah, stupid on purpose. I could fucking tell because dude, I mean, I listened to the song, I can tell. But like the vocals are so quiet. Like even the Sponge or Squidward. I can't even tell who that is actually. It's not Squidward at all. But it's like so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Like the vocals are that's Baldy. Dude, the vocals are so quiet. Vocals are supposed to be the centerpiece of music a lot of times because they're speaking words. They're speaking a language. You personally, you and I right now are connecting with the English words, okay? Using language, like actual language that have meaning, is the most powerful thing in music. You could have one person sing, and the lyrics that they sing matter a lot. That's like, there's a whole genre called rap where it's just what they say. Like it's not even melodic in any way. It's just them rapping, and it's like basically poetry. Like they are rhyming words in a unique way that have meaning. Like that's why you like it. So you want the vocals to be important and feel important in the mix. You want them to stand out more. I just tried doing something, make the transitions really chaotic. Like you can't really tell what's happening. And that goes back to quote unquote normal. I mean, I understand the vision. I don't have any like problem trying to understand what you're trying to make. I know you're trying to make it chaotic. But if you want to be more chaotic, then make the vocals like louder. I don't know. You have a part where like all the vocals are playing at once, and you can't really hear all of them. Like some of them are louder than others, but randomly. Some vocals need compression to work because they just kind of peak randomly. I think the main thing is you need to make your vocals better. Yeah, at the end, I know. I pointed that out. The clearest vocal is the Iron Mouse one. The Baldi's Basics is wildly uncompressed, and it's like just peaking randomly, and I can't even hear the peanut butter jelly one at all. Okay, the mastering could be a lot better. I feel like your drums are peaking a lot, and they need some kind of compression to kind of, you know, push them back down, so that other things can stick through more. And all the sounds are very close frequency wise, so everything is kind of like in the mids. Like all your vocals are in the mids, your main synth is in the mids, and then for some fucking reason, I don't know why you did this, but your bass is in the mids. Like, explain that. Explain that, man. Why is the bass in the mids? Everything's in the mids. You need to have some separation so it's clearer. And like I said, I get that this is like a joke, but you submitted this to me, so you should expect me to say something like this. But if you can separate frequencies a little bit, and you could get even more crazy with the vocals, like listen to what vocal ranges have more emphasis on like the high end or low end. I imagine Baldi's is really like nasally, and Iron Mouse's vocal range is really high pitched, so you could emphasize the high end of her vocals. And the Peanut Butter Jelly Time, I don't know, like the mids, I guess. But it's like, think about it in that context. Anyways, I'm done talking about this one. Thank you for submitting. Hope that helps. Next we have Impaled.
Just a game.
Damn. This is sick. That was sick.
Just a game.
Dude, I think the sound design is really, really good. It sounds really crunchy, beefy, like girthy. I think musically it could be better because it is kind of like you wrote a phrase. It's like, I imagine in 4 bars, you wrote a phrase and it's just kind of repeating that same feeling of the phrase. Like, it's not exactly the same, but it's very much the same, very repetitive. Add a motif or something that makes it progress. I'm not saying like you need to make a chord progression or have someone sing over it, but you need to emphasize some kind of change in the sound that feels like it's morphing into other things. It's not just laying on the same bass for 16 bars. I want to feel like there's something new is going to happen, or there's some kind of I just said progression like 3 times. I beat a dead horse. This is what I do all the time. I beat a dead horse. Still gotta work on changing up the parts in some bits because it's pretty repetitive. Okay, that's like literally exactly what I said. My idea is you have this downbeat that plays a distinct note. If you can get that note to do some kind of progression, or maybe the second part is completely different. Like you have this really muddy bass. And then you do this call response so that your call is and the response will be like and then it goes back to the call response. So it goes A B throughout the song, and you can do a lot with that because you can change just one part of the first sound and one part of the second sound, and then you have up to 4 variations of your sound just by changing 2 things. I also think end phrases are really important. So like the last bar of your 8 bars, or the last 2 bars of your 8 bars, that is where you can make things like flow or end with grandeur. So those end bars, you don't realize it, but those end bars are really important for making the next section more impactful, or for transitioning into a new part, or for adding complexity like melodic complexity or rhythmic complexity. So while you have this cool section, in the last bar, you could have it play some kind of motif, like some small melody, or you could change the sound completely or add a crazy fill, or like anything, add a vocal if you wanted to. Think of it like that. Like the thing I say a lot is think of your song as blocks. You have an 8-bar block, okay? And the next 8-bar block is just a little bit different. And you cut those 8-bar blocks into one bar blocks, okay? And you take the last 1-bar block and change that, and you cut it up again. So you have half-bar blocks of your drop, and you can swap them out, change them out, and so you make them more complex. So think of it as like you're changing blocks. Okay, I want this end phrase to be this, so I'm gonna cut out 1 block of my drop and try to make something else that fits this next section. This next section is this way, this block is this other shape or color. I'm going to add some kind of transitional 1-bar block before this next section so it flows better. Anything like that. And also it helps in the long run too if you make new elements fit in your song, in like fills or with vocals or anything like that, or A-B sections. It makes songwriting so much easier because you have more to work with. So if you make a vocal work in your song, now you have a vocal in your song and you can use it in other parts of the song. If you make a cool melodic motif, cool. You made a melodic motif that you can use in other parts of the song. Oh, you made a cool fill, like a cool bass fill or a drum fill. Cool, dude. You can use that in other parts of the song. So it makes it way, way easier for you to write music and in that project. My other critique is the hats. The drum hats could be louder. They're really kind of muddied, and it's because your bass is really, gosh, dude, it's like freaked me out. I guess outside got really dark, and I was like, holy shit, what was happening? A meteor hit? Did Yellowstone Park erupt? But like your bass is really high end and crispy, and it is kind of taking attention away from the hi-hats, so I would just say make the hi-hats a little louder so they stand out more. And the last thing is, yeah, your bass is really muddy. Your bass kind of sits in that 100 hertz range. Remember, you should try and emphasize the sub more. The sub is the part where people like the most, and if you're going to play the song out in the future anytime, kind of think about that. That's the part that is the heaviest. People like that the most. That's why people are so bitchy about making the sub monos, because they're like, I need my sub. Like, that's the thing that makes people crazy. I've been gaslit for years, people saying rhythm only sounds good live because the sub hits really hard. That's what everybody says. They say, dude, you have to listen to rhythm live. And I'm like, okay. And I do, and it sounds the same to me, but it's just like, people care about that. People care about how loud the sub is. The deep, deep sub. Wydelin, do not call me daddy. I will freak out. Anyways, thank you for submitting, bro. Good shit. I like it. We'll actually be looking at Violin submission now. But the kid is not my son. Oh well. Violin. Seems like your thing doesn't work. Or it does. What the? Okay. Yeah, I saw that, right? What? Why did it do that? I like me a little stereo sub sometimes. Yeah, I kind of do too. I don't know why it did that. I'm blown away. SoundCloud, thank you. Ooh. Sounds really sick. That sounds sick. What the hell? Okay, I have a few things which are kind of nitpicky, but I feel like they are important. Your mix is really good. I feel like your bass could be a tad bit louder, a little bit, but it's nothing a big deal. Your snare here, there's like a sound before your snare that plays, or it sounds like it's really delayed. Nice, then that sounds kind of weird. I don't know what it is. Like it sounds something off. There's just a rhythm that's not flowing well. And you just need to fix it. And you have the leader to snare. I don't know. It's either one. Honestly, I can't really tell. But something is off with the rhythm. And your drop. I don't know how I know this, but I suspect that you're using some kind of spectral tool, and that spectral tool is fucking up your plug-in delay compensation a lot. If you're using FL, yeah, you might be in some trouble. You're gonna have to do some guesswork on what's wrong, because FL is notoriously bad with PDC, plug-in delay compensation. Anything spectral, it's really shit at figuring out how late the samples are delayed. And sometimes you're just gonna need to right click that little clock icon and just type in a number that until it sounds good. Okay. What would usually drive me nuts with FL Studio, like I literally for 2 or 3 years, I didn't use PDC at all. Everything had to run instantly or I didn't use it all. And the main reason was because Shaperbox had like a MIDI routing thing where you could have a MIDI out and the MIDI would trigger the curve. And that's how I would sidechain it. So I would just match the MIDI note to my drums, and then that would trigger the sidechain, and yada yada yada. But when plug-in delay compensation was in the song, so if I had anything that had look ahead or anything spectral, I had to bounce it out every single time. And that's literally because the MIDI triggers instantly. It does not wait for anything. There's no delay on the MIDI. So it just triggers. And when there's anything delayed on the track, it just delays everything. So you just hear the sidechain way earlier than where the drums are supposed to be. And it drove me crazy, and that's why I didn't use anything with latency at all for years. I kind of fixed it now because Sherbox has a MIDI, or not a MIDI, but an audio trigger feature now. So you can now trigger it with audio. Thank fuck. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. But some things I learned along the way is first you can go into the little triangle thing on the top left of your mixer, and then you can redo the plugin delay compensation. So it'll just redo it if you just reset all the times or latency. It could fix it that way, because it'll look at your plugin and be like, oh, this is what the new updated value is. I'm gonna delay it by this much instead. So you just do that, and that usually fixes it. If you have a problem with your snare or something, that might be an issue. Like you're gonna need to do some troubleshooting. Like I'm talking, look at where your snare is playing, or like your bass or something, and see what's happening. The first culprit I would suspect. You gonna play or not? Oh. There's a sound in here that plays before your snare hits, and it's taking away from the transient. So look here first, what sound is triggering before my snare, and why is that? Do I have some kind of plugin? Turn on and off the effects to see what's happening. And if you do find the ones causing this issue, just change the sample rate. So right click the little stopwatch looking thing, or some kind of like clock, I guess. Click it and type in a sample value that's higher or lower than what it's already at. It should show you, if you hover over it, what it's delayed by. But you have to tweak with it until it sounds good. Or you can just render it out and, just move it into place. But oh yeah, it's really obvious here. Like, is that? I think it sounds like an actual drum though. I don't really like the pre-shifting snare thing, honestly. I'm not a fan of pre-shifted snares. Yeah, but those are the things I have a problem with your song. But otherwise really good. I like it a lot. Really crisp and punchy transient snares. So yeah, thank you for submitting, Wedelin. Hope that helps. And we will move on. All right, next we have Tuasperia. You're welcome, Wedelin.
Every time we walk in somewhere, somebody dies.
Do not call me daddy. That's weird. Stop it. Okay, I'll listen to this again. Hold on.
Every time we walk in somewhere, somebody dies.
I got some of your packs from Patreon, so I'll try to fix this. Do you think it could be a rhythm song? This be rhythm? Uh, if it's an intro, yeah, but I don't know how you can make this loop into rhythm at all. Like, this does not sound anything like rhythm. Yeah. I don't know, if you're gonna make rhythm, make a new section that's actually rhythm and have this part be like an intro or something, because that'd be better. As far as this loop goes, everything is really quiet. I feel like it's completely unmastered. Like, you haven't really done much to make it louder. But yeah, you can make it into rhythm. My feedback is the snare. The cue is two people after this. And it's probably you. Let's be honest here. The snare is really weak and kind of just sucks. It sounds like a overused snare, like some kind of vengeance snare or something, or like a 707 snare, something stupid. I don't like the snare. Snare sucks. Change it. Could you use that bass for rhythm? This bass, no. This bass is like strictly like whatever genre this is, like wave or whatever. Like, you could not use this in rhythm. Rhythm would be like square 4. Square 4 from the Maelstrom wavetable. You literally just take like 4 square waves and detune them, and that's like, you render it out as a thing, and then yeah. So this thing, bro, your bass writing is weird. It sounds like on the downbeat, you're gonna have like some kind of like really low key sub in here, and then like the rhythm was gonna be really low so that the high end could do like its thing. But you break that. You have like one note that spans an entire fucking bar, and the next bar is just 3 dotted notes. Like, it's 1 to 3 dotted notes, and then the next section is even faster. You have fucking 5 dotted notes and just more complexity. But I don't get it. The first downbeat is just one entire bar long note. So you ever do one-on-one lessons? Yes, if you are in my Discord, there's info on lessons there, so you can look at that and contact me if you want those. But yeah, you can book it there. Yeah, the bass writing is weird. You need to be consistent. You can't have a bar long bass note and then be like, yeah, five notes right here, boom 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 boom. You need to have consistency. This is kind of just random. Make it more consistent. Are you gonna have dotted notes playing boom 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 boom, or you're gonna be like the mysterious guy that plays a 1 bar note? I think it would be cooler if you stuck with the 1 bar note thing, but you made the envelope of the bass longer, so the bass fills up more of the bar. To me. And please change that snare. Please, I fucking beg you. That snare sucks. I like how you're emphasizing with the low note. That's pretty cool. I like that. And the last thing is I want you to sidechain with the kick, so the kick has a bit more oomph, because it sounds like it's getting drowned by the main bass. So just sidechain it, really. That's it. But don't be really aggressive. Just make it kind of subtle. Yeah, I want to be like you and Space Laces. Bro, me and Space Laces are leagues apart. I'm so much better than that guy. Ha. They could never even get close to my level of skill and musicality. Obviously. I'm joking, y'all, please. I'm not better. He's fucking way better than me. Okay, well, thank you to Asperia for submitting this. Hope that helps. And I still have my notes here, so you can just refer to them if you need. Yeah, who need them? Bro, Spaceless did lessons like how I did. His sound would just be everywhere. Everybody would be fucking using it. I know one of his sound design techniques was leaked. Like one of his friends or something like leaked how to do a certain sound, and now everybody's using it. I don't know if I can say like what it is, but everybody's fucking using it now. And I don't even know like half the people who make dubstep right now don't even know that like it was his technique. But it's sad. I was like the early ones to figure out how Skrillex did his growls. And now you have an entire production company, like sample company, who is like making their entire company based off of like leaked sound design techniques. They're like, hey, this is how you make this Skrillex sound. Max replaced.
Bust like a, I bust like a, bust like a, bust, 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 bust.
Is this dubstep?
Get knocked the fuck out. Yeah, and once again with the
I like the offbeat hi-hats. once again with the what you know about? Cool. That was enjoyable. I like that one. Unique sound. Okay. We'll just kind of focus on the drop. Did he said in your feedback that you're looking for, you just put other and then didn't specify anything. I don't know what you're looking for, man. But it's a cool song, cool idea. I think your kick could be a lot thicker, Like it doesn't sound like there's any low end. It doesn't sound like it's hitting as hard as it could. Your snare or rim shot, whatever this fucking do Homer do thing is, it needs to be a little bit louder or more intense in the highs because it sounds pretty weak as well. My fucking throat. Ah. My biggest critique is that everything is mono. Bro, when you think of a drop, like a big drop, big, huge sub everywhere, I want to feel like it's big and giant. I don't want to feel like it's right in front of me, like really small and tiny. I want to feel like it's huge and surrounding me, and like it's in my left ear and my right ear. You know, kind of like how stereo works. So if you could anyway make fucking any of the sounds stereo and not completely centered mono, that would be amazing, sir. So like the bass, let's get this straight, okay? The bass is directly in front of me. I don't feel like there's any wideness at all. What other sound is there? There is a high-pitched screech completely in the fucking middle. It's not surrounding me. It's not any stereo. I don't know why. The most stereo thing in here is the snare. Why is the snare the most stereo thing in this entire project? And your hi-hats are the only thing that's stereo as well. Brother, when you have this much real estate for your wideness, fucking use it, man. You have a really thick bass, you can widen up the bass. You don't have anything else taking that space. Like, what, you're afraid the hi-hats are gonna lose energy? No, man. Make it wider. I need a wide, thick bass. Life. It's a pity the product is already lost. Okay. For whatever new projects, you need to have a bass that's wide. You need to have some kind of layer that is wide that compensates, so you feel like this drop is big. This drop doesn't feel impactful because the bass is completely fucking mono. And my last critique is that the sidechain is too long. It sounds like it's ducking way too long, like it needs to be tighter and resemble kind of the shape of the drums, and not just fucking we're playing house music Nicky Romero kickstart 2. But yeah, thank you for submitting. That's all the feedback I really have for you. Sorry that your product is lost, but now you know for future stuff. All right, last project we're gonna be looking at is from Felix Lamp. Such a fucking dumbass meme, dude. that was sick. I think that's really like I don't know what to say about it. It's like hyper crazy intense. You have a bunch of sounds playing like boom, 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 like 16th notes. It's really hard to make 16th notes clear and not sound really shitty and muddy, but he did it pretty well. The biggest comparison I have is like Japanese like dance music. They like care a lot about Dance Revolution, DDR, DDR4 or whatever. And their music is like crazy intense. I also think of like Osu music. They get that way because they chopped samples and there's like literally no decay or release on any of the samples. So there's no overlapping of notes or anything, and it just allows for you to have these really insanely tight notes. So I think it did a really good job keeping it clean with the rhythm. I think you did a good job with the sound design. Sound design sounds unique and cool, but these different sounds you have in there also fit the type of sounds you have. Like you have a really crisp kind of like mid-vowel-y sound or like mid-pluck. And then your next sound, it sounds like this, it's coming from the same place, like the same color and everything. So you did a good job matching the vibe of these sounds. It's a really big pet peeve of mine where someone will make a cool like gritty sound and the next sound they have is like completely the opposite, so they like don't fit. And this is what I'm talking about. I mention this a lot. This is my little term I like to bring up. Is like a sound palette. Okay, so like I'm getting better at describing what this is in my brain, but like think of a sound palette of like a collection of sounds that complement each other. So think of like best way I can describe it is like think about going to the forest. Okay, you're going outside, going to the forest, taking a walk or whatever. What sounds are going to be in a forest? You're going to think of like crunchy leaves stepping through the grass. You're going to hear some birds chirping probably. You can, you know, smack a piece of wood. You can hear wood scraping, wood falling, wood creaking, possibly like water flowing, leaves blowing in the wind, stuff like that. You're going to think of that. What you're not going to think of is like metal clinking against each other or like computer sounds. You're not going to think of that. And that's what I like to describe as like a sound palette. Like you have a palette of sounds that are related to each other and they sound like they're coming from the same place. You did a good job with this because all the sounds fit really well together. They all complement each other and they don't sound like they're sticking out too much, okay? And that's the way I can describe it, is you did good with that. My biggest complaint about your song is the transitions. I like everything being really energetic, but the transitions need a lot of work. It just sounds like you're putting a lot of thought into these sections, but you weren't thinking about how they blend into each other, right? So like fills are a big part as well. The melodic structure is important. You kind of think of like in a 8-bar loop, you kind of think of that a lot. You get stuck in that mindset and you don't think a lot about what happens next. Like I'm guilty of that. I don't even think about that much, but it's something you do need to pay close mind to. The biggest obvious transition was in this part. A really cool, crazy intro, right? And it just stops and it goes into this long strings. So that feels jarring to me. It feels jarring to me because you have this really crazy complex section and then you stop. It's like I can't even put on the brakes to slow down. It's like I'm crashing and there's this new string section that I'm not used to. You didn't tease it at all. You didn't blend it at all. And so I feel like I like skipped a song or something. Like it's just jarring in that sense. My suggestion is if you did a 1-bar fill at the end of this crazy section and then reverb it out, and then in this next part probably add, I don't know, 4 or 8 bars of just like reverb and then ear candy, and then you go into the string section. You did a better job here with emphasizing some kind of change, like you have a sub drop, and then you cut off the hi-hats and everything, so you kind of anticipate a change in pace. But I still feel like it could be better. Like the execution just isn't quite there. It's like you know what you're supposed to do, but you just didn't really do it that well. And that's because you have this really bright sweeping sound from the really bright saws that are coming in. And I think you have like an up filter, like some kind of white noise that's literally rising. And you don't have anything to match that on this other side. On this other side, you have a buildup that is filtered. And it just doesn't transition that well. I feel like filtering the saws at the very end, like doing a meow, you know, like just some kind of low pass would probably do better. Yeah, but otherwise really good shit, man. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, that wraps up this production feedback stream. Thank you guys for submitting all your tunes. It was awesome to hear all you guys' stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something from my feedback. Check out my Patreon. I do fun stuff on there all the time. I do production videos. I do presets. Guys, submit requests for songs or for sounds. I will make a preset of your favorite sound ever, and you will love it, and you will use it, and you won't even have to credit me. That's the best part, is I could basically ghost produce an entire song for you, and you would just have it, man. You would just have it. You'd have all the presets. Yeah, Subtronics is gonna stream sometime. I think in like, what was it, 6 p.m. PT? 6 p.m. PT to PST. It's like 9. Yeah, 9. So we gotta. I submitted a remix for this. I can show you guys mine actually, if you guys want to hear it. But I submitted mine, and I hope they like it. I made like pretty much all of this in 3 hours because I was working on it after a stream, and I only had 3 hours to submit, so I had to rush really fast. Anyways, yeah, go check out my stuff, like my Patreon. I also, for anybody that's in LA, I am doing a show. So if you want tickets, go get them. They are in LA. It is Dawn of the Oblivion. Please check it out. Get tickets. Meet me. I'm already meeting a few of my patrons. Dude, I'm meeting like 4 of my patrons that submitted stuff to me. Like, isn't that crazy? Meeting 4 of you guys there, and I'm gonna walk up to you and I'm gonna say, your snare is shit, fix your fucking snare, buddy. I'm just kidding, but it'll be cool to meet you guys. I'll meet some really fun people, and yeah, we'll have a recording and everything, and I'll be